Hi, I'm Marianne, a mum and business owner living here in Scotland.
And I'm Emily, her daughter, figuring out life, love and career chaos while living in Dubai.
Welcome to the Distance Diaries. This is where we catch up on everything. Family wins, career curveballs, the messy moments and the hilarious bits in between.
Every week we share honest, funny and sometimes emotional conversations about staying connected no matter where life takes us.
So grab a cuppa and join us because staying close doesn't have to be complicated.
Let's dive right in.
Oh my goodness, welcome to the Distance Diaries for our Christmas Day live special. Ooh. And if you are watching the video of this, the secret's already out of the bag because we don't have any distance between us this episode. Emily is home for Christmas. That's so excited. It's just the best thing ever. And today's episode is going to be, we sat and thought about it, didn't we? What could we talk about on Christmas Eve and going into Christmas Day? And for us, this time of year just brings space to be with one another. It actually just gives you the opportunity to, I don't know, put life on pause a bit.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Pressing the pause button and we end up talking about the same stuff every single year. We talk about the things that we remember from childhood, the funny stories, the stuff that you forget to just appreciate when life's really busy. And we thought today we would share some of those things with you. Well, we kick off, Emily.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I think we've talked about a couple of things we might share with you, but I don't know all of them that are going to pop up today.
No?
No.
So why don't we start with our favourite Christmas memory? Since it's Christmas Eve, what's our favourite Christmas and what is that specific memory that you have of that Christmas?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have one that I could say that was in a particular year that we sit and talk about or remember. I remember certain things that we just have done.
Okay.
And I suppose related to Christmas all the time was, if I said Celine Dion, what would that mean to you?
I'm so glad I have not been here the past 2 years for the Celine Dion. Will I tell them what the Celine Dion is?
Okay.
So the Celine Dion is, my mum has adopted this tradition, can't tell you where or when she decided this would happen, but every single year when we put up the Christmas tree, once it was all up, the lights were on, my mum would make us sit in the dark with just the Christmas tree lit. She would put Celine Dion, Oh Holy Night on.
Best song in the world, if you haven't listened.
It is a good song, but she would make us sit in front of the Christmas tree whilst only she sang Oh Holy Night, had her moment, cried, and then we could go on with the rest of the
So you did enjoy it. It did. It's just, you feel so connected. It was just, if you have listened to Celine Dion, she is the queen of that song. And oh my God, do you know when it goes at a big crescendo and do you know those times, I don't know if I'm singing it very well, I don't think I am, right? But in those moments, I'm in total tune with Celine Dion. I'm singing at the top of my voice. As I'm saying this, I actually think I sound like a bit of a nutter.
Sound like a fucking cat's choir. And the thing is, she wouldn't let anybody, not that anybody else wanted to join in.
Make a word there.
What?
On a podcast?
Said that before?
No, you haven't.
Yes, we have. We've said we can swear.
I know, but I wouldn't have said that word. That's a big word.
No, it's not worse.
Anyway,
you can say.
Anyway, it is lovely. And I would just have all my children sitting around me and imagine it, all the lights out, all the fairy lights on, Christmas trees sparkling away, Oh Holy Night, layering out, everybody holding hands, and I'm singing and crying all at the same time. And oh my gosh, it kind of just rips your heart out, but makes you just feel so grateful for everything that you have. I just think of you and how much I love you when I think about those 3 moments.
It's a moment for, I'm glad you enjoy it, but it's a moment for you. Why would we enjoy that moment?
No, but do you not think that's a moment that I got to share that we did that every year? It might have been my moment, but
No,
I want to do it this year though.
you can do it this year, but it's like
Well,
your thing.
anyway, that's what we do. That's one of my favourites because that's what I look forward to, is getting the tree up and feeling close to you.
Okay, it's a good memory to have.
God, I've just been blown out the water. Right, you go.
My favourite memory, again, it's not specific to a certain year or a certain time, but see, just obviously, again, if there's little ears around, maybe put headphones in. But when it was Santa time, see this whole like Christmas Eve, I remember we would watch every single movie that was on like BBC One, all the Christmas movies all through the entire day, and you would watch. We would have this TV schedule. What was the TV guide?
Yeah.
Christmas.
Radio Times.
Radio Times, like Christmas guide, and you would go through and check what. Yeah, you can still get it. You can go through and check what times all the Christmas movies are on, and you'd be like, "Oh, if I watch this Christmas movie, it means that'll take me to 12 o'clock. That'll take me to like 2 o'clock. That'll take me." It was just like getting through the day, and then we would go to midnight mass.
Oh yeah.
Which was actually at the time I was like, but I actually did enjoy it. It was a big staple of our Christmas.
Yeah, it always was.
Going
And you got dressed up to go to mass.
Yeah.
And it was like you went for the carol service beforehand.
Yeah.
And then when they always put out all the lights and everybody would get a candle, and
Yeah.
it was really, really special.
And you knew that once midnight mass was done, you could then come home and you could put out the reindeer dust, you could put out Santa's cookies, you could put your new pajamas on that you got in your Christmas Eve box.
Yeah.
And then you would go to bed for Santa, and there was nothing better. See, when you woke up on Christmas morning, I don't think we were too bad for getting up too many times asking if Santa would be in. But we'd maybe get up once and we wouldn't have phones to check what time it was. But I'm assuming it would be well early.
Yeah,
And then we got
like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
Has he been? Has he been? And you go, no, he's not been back to bed. So we go back to bed for, I'd assume, maybe another hour or so.
Yeah.
And then I'd get, me and Orla, my sister, shared a room, and we'd had bunk beds. So one of us, whoever was awake, would come down and go, can we check if Santa's been? Go check if Santa's been. And we'd go into our mum and dad's room, go, is Santa been? Is Santa been? And they'd eventually get up and they'd go, right, yous wait at the top of the stairs. And one of yous would go down, usually you, because Mum had a camcorder at the time, and we would always make her put it out to try and catch Santa. So my mum would go down, and now I know that she would go in and slide behind and turn the camcorder off as if Santa had turned it off, and she'd go in and then she'd come out to the bottom of the stairs and go, he's been, and you'd like right down the stairs, and oh my god, my mum and dad would lay our presents out like in piles on the sofa, and they'd have like wee name tags above, so it'd be like Emily's pile, Orla's pile, and Desmond, our brother's pile.
Yeah. And the thing is, you just got used to over the years knowing where everybody's was as well at the same time.
Yeah, everybody had their
just so
spot
fine
on the couch, like you knew where your pile was going to be.
I actually just shared with you recently that when I grew up, Mum and Dad never wrapped presents.
No.
We just got them all on the sofa. And do you know something? I never, ever, ever, ever missed getting them wrapped because it was all I knew. You went in and your eyes just darted from one thing to the next. And it felt like you were unwrapping them with your eyes when you did it. Oh, I loved it. I just loved
There's
it.
nothing better than it all being wrapped in the same wrapping paper, so you don't know what area.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
You're ripping it open, and then you've always got something in your head that you really, really hope that you've got.
Yeah.
That one thing that you really hope that you've got.
Yeah. Do you remember one thing you really, really wanted and you actually got it? I think we did quite well at knowing what you were after.
I don't remember one specific thing.
No, I don't either for you. Like it was just a thing
I remember
for.
My brother, remember we've got a video of my brother, and he got, was it like a Nintendo or something? And he just melted into the couch. He was so excited that he got it.
Right. So, and the thing is, it's that time just passes so quickly. But actually, it's been replaced by, just lovely days leading up to Christmas. They're just different now that you are older.
Yeah.
What other things have we been talking about? What other memories do we always pull out the bag? but at this time of year. There's other ones. Oh, we always talk about this one. You actually posted about it recently. And this was so funny. So funny. Because Emily, when she got something in her head when she was younger, there was just no telling her. No telling her. And this day, she got off the bus from school.
Well, no, you need to give a bit of backstory, like why.
I know, but so, like you just get something in your head. So this day she got off the bus from school and she announced that she couldn't see anymore, and that her sight had gone. Little did we know that one of our pals had this really cool pair of glasses, and she decided that she wanted a pair of glasses like a friend, and thought, well, I've got 20/20 vision, I've got perfect vision, so how do I get them? I'll just tell them I can't see. Well, you can imagine, right? We hoofed her down to A&E. She did a really, really good job at like playing that part, by the way. You need an Oscar for that.
That's a good.
And we got to the point where they couldn't find anything, said we're going to have to send you for a CT scan, and just go up the road tonight. And we were just like, oh, no, there's something up here, something up.
No, when the doctor said that, my mum was like, she's got a brain tumour. There's nothing going on.
I did go through that.
Oh my God, she's just gone blind. I didn't realise that people don't just lose their vision all of a sudden. It wasn't like, oh, I couldn't see the letters on the board at school or something. It was just, I went total blackout. I didn't, but I told everybody that I did.
Yeah, you did. And then we decided to take you to the optician the following day just to get you double checked. And I actually remember saying to the optician, she's having us on. I remember saying to him, I said, so let's just see what she does. So the optician was really smart. He sent you out, he had a look at your eyes and said, right, I think we need to get glasses. Your face lit up like a Christmas tree, and said, why don't you go out there and pick a pair, try them on and see if they make your eyes any better? Now, she'd had no idea at all that these were just gloves. She didn't know at that age, because what were you, about 8? 7, 8? She had no idea at this age that they weren't prescription. So you put them on going, hey, I can see. And you were rumbled, so rumbled.
Totally rumbled, yeah. I didn't realise that the glasses on display weren't like prescription glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them on and was like, oh, I can see way better now. Like, I can see again. And everybody was like, right.
So that was it. She got dragged around all the family to apologise. But, see, behind the scenes, we were killing ourselves laughing. And do you know what's happened every single year since? Because what are you? You'll be 26 this coming year. Every single year for 20 years, Specsavers have sent her a reminder at the same time every year to go and get your eyes tested.
Every single year, Specsavers have sent me a letter.
And all it does is remind us to slag you off, really.
Yeah, I still don't have glasses, still don't need glasses, thankfully. But yeah, that was awfully silly.
That was awfully.
There was other ways to go about that. Less extreme ways. So I've had another one that's been brought up to me, and one of my friends, Chloe, was listening to the podcast. Hi, Chloe. And she sent me a voice note laughing because you were crying on the first episode, and she was like, I'm laughing so much, like I'm just waiting for your mum to tell the story of the day that you were born. My mum tells the story of the day I was born. How accurate it is, I don't know.
It is always accurate.
I mean, she does give the same story every time, but every single person she meets, doesn't matter if they've just met for the first time, she'll tell them the story of the day I was born. Like, all of my friends know this story. Everybody knows this story.
But in fairness, when I say your friends, tell me the story of the day you were born, I haven't had one of them turn around and tell me the story of the day they were born. Well, all of you know the story of the day you were born. So it's more than a birthday. It's like you kind of embody the experience because it was the first day you ever came onto this earth. And it's like Christmas time is when I just get to remember it all. I just get to remember it all. So, and I remember you were born in June and I arrived June Wednesday. Was it not? Was it not?
No.
That was me. I'm a Wednesday.
What's the date?
Oh, the 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually sometimes gets that wrong, even though she can remember the day I was born.
I know I get them mixed up because your brother's the 9th and you're the 10th, and sometimes one's June, one's July, and I get you muddled. But anyway, so we went to the hospital. It was really rainy in the morning, and I remember I was allowed to go into the pool. But at that time, because it's like 6 years ago, you weren't allowed to give birth in the pool. They didn't have the insurance when you give birth. And I always remember they said to me, remember, if you're going to push, you have to tell us because you have to get out the pool. But I had another agenda. I was quite comfy in the pool, so I'd been pushing for at least 30 minutes just behind everybody's back. Do you know, they'd turn round and I'd be like, pushing, but I got caught anyway. And they hightailed me out of that pool as quick as you could. Had virtually just a robe over the front of me with my backside flashing as I was legging it in between contractions along the corridor. Got to the side of the bed. My waters broke at the sides of the bed. And remember though, this room, there was massive, massive windows in this room. And the light was flooding in that day. And I maybe wasn't the most compliant patient by this point. Because I wanted to do it my way and they wanted me to sit down and I wasn't for it, but they won in the end. And I remember you popped out, your wee head popped out, and it was that really silent wee moment when there was just this wee head and you got to touch you for the first time, but you weren't born yet. You were still really silent. And the light was coming in the window. I can't even tell you what the light was like. And then I remember them saying one big push, and I put as much as I had in my body into that, and you just popped out. And it was like, it felt like minutes and minutes had went by before somebody said to me, do you know what your baby is? And I hadn't even thought about it, what you were at that point. And they said it's a girl.
Oh, she's greeting. If you're not watching,
It was just the best.
she didn't find out if she was having a girl or a boy beforehand, and I'm the middle child, so she already had a boy. So I was her first girl.
It was the best day of my life, honestly. It was, and she was so pretty. You were so pretty. You had perfect porcelain skin. You weren't like blotchy or anything like that. And you had a whole head of black hair, and then they took you away to show everybody because you were so pretty. That's what I remember anyway. And it was just the best day that I got a little girl, because I'd never had a sister, I'd never had another woman in my life, and I'd never had a really close relationship with my daughter. And here I got to have a daughter, and you were just the best little thing ever, and you were always so cute and feisty and full of energy, and just felt like my little soulmate the moment you came out.
Oh, cute. Oh, give me a hug.
And that was the day you were born. So, right. Oh, I'm going to kill you.
I know, Chloe, man.
It's just beautiful. So I am so grateful for you. And I tell you, there's just been so many people who have messaged me just to say how lovely it is just to see a mum and a daughter wanting to hang out.
Yeah.
And as we've got older, it's become easier to do that. Do you know that you just have this greater understanding and connection?
Yeah. I feel like as I've gotten older, you assume that as you get older, you need your parents less. But I found as you get older, you need your parents more. Like, being an adult is well hard.
Yeah.
It's harder, obviously way harder than being a child. That you need to figure things out on your own and do adult things. So, like, you need your parents who are adults and who have done it to help you figure it all out. So
That's
I feel like
a really good point.
you need your parents more the older you get, and then there'll be a common time where I have kids. I don't know how to raise a child.
I don't know either.
You've somehow managed to raise three of them.
I've managed to. I got to the end of it making tons of my own mistakes and doing the best I could every single time. And that's what I'll say to you, do you know, just always try and forgive yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself for anything.
Even just the basics of life, like if a child comes along, feeding it, changing it,
Oh no.
all the basic things that if you've not done it before, you don't know, and you need help from people that have done it and have some sort of understanding as to what on earth is going on, how to swaddle, just loads of wee things, even like weddings as well. If when that comes about for me or Orla,
Yeah.
listening to that, it's like you've done it all, then you know the do's and don'ts of the day. Like,
The thing is, there's no rule book because it doesn't matter when you're going through it. If somebody said to you, this is what you've got to do, like childbirth, this is how you do childbirth, you have to have your own experience of it. This is how to do weddings. You still have to have your own experience. And it's like, you just do the best you can in that moment, despite the hundreds of generations that went before you doing exactly the same thing. It's different for everybody.
yeah,
And I think your point of like suddenly you're in adulthood and you're in adulthood because a number says you're now an adult. I'm now 18, I'm now 21. Whatever your culture determines you to be able to make your own decisions. But it doesn't mean to say that you've got the experience to be able to make the right, the best decisions for the things that come up in your life. And you come to me for things that I would never have had been challenged by at that age because there would have never been opportunities for me. I think you've got a much more complicated gig at this age than I ever did, even though to me, at my time, it felt overwhelming. Yes, it was of its time. It's a really, really hard gig, I think. And I am so grateful. I'm sitting here 54, you'll be 26 next year. And we get to hang out, we get to talk, I get to be part of overcoming the challenge, whatever it is. I get to be part of it. So when people say to me, what do you want to achieve? What's your legacy and all of that? I go, I'm living it. I am totally living it right now. Just being able to be a mum whose children like hanging out with her and value her opinion and feel okay to say no as well. Feel okay to say that you don't agree. Feel okay to pull me up when I'm needing it because I get a wee bit carried away sometimes. And to be able to do it all in the most respectful way is really, really beautiful. And to support one another, to be kind to ourselves because we can be tough on ourselves, I think. Definitely, that's what we're all guilty of sometimes. So that's, Chloe, that's the day we were born. That is just one of the best ones ever. Ever, 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 ever.
One thing I think we should talk about, there's something I see on TikTok and it's everybody's Christmas morning routine. Because I think it's just came to the surface that everybody actually does it a wee bit different. A lot of people do it the same way, but there's some people that just have wee different traditions that we do. So for us, Christmas morning always looks the same, doesn't it? We get up, obviously as years have gone on, it's slightly different with like the whole Santa thing, but as adults, we get up, we open our presents first thing, we don't get dressed. Like, I know a lot of people, sometimes they get dressed, they get sorted, they maybe have breakfast, then they open their presents. We don't. We get up, make a coffee, maybe, and then sit down to do presents. Once presents are done, mum's on the breakfast. She makes the best Christmas morning breakfast. This is what I've been looking forward to coming home. So she makes a panini.
I have to say, Paul does step up here on a Christmas morning to do your paninis.
All right, Mum and Paul. So it's a panini with bacon, brie, and cranberry sauce, all like toasted and melted. Delicious, unbelievable. So have that. Then we just kind of chill for the rest of the day. We don't go out. We don't really have too much extended family, to be honest. Or
We've got quite a small family, haven't we?
Past couple of years have been very different. With Dad being gone and things like that. So it's been very quiet. So we don't really go out the house. We maybe get changed into a new pair of pyjamas if we get gifted them.
Yeah.
Then Mum's on dinner rest of the day. Mum makes a mean Christmas dinner.
I quite like cooking. It's my time to actually just get space to cook.
Yeah, she's good at Christmas dinner. She's done Christmas dinner for years, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't think there's never been a year where you've not done Christmas dinner.
I've went out a couple of times, but every time we've went out, I've kind of felt like I've missed out on something. So we just stopped it.
It's not for me.
And we've just made it a lot simpler as well, Christmas dinner, so it's not overwhelming.
We don't do starters.
No.
It's too much.
Too much food. You just end up feeling really, really ill.
Yeah. You don't enjoy the main, and dessert's the best part for me.
Yeah.
So we have Christmas dinner around about like 4 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
4 o'clock-ish. Then we have dessert. Then we have a few drinks now that are all of age.
Yeah.
Been of age for a while. It's
Simple.
very, very simple.
Yeah.
I don't go out on Christmas Eve anymore. So I'm not hanging at Mars
I should
on Christmas Eve.
It's like what state you would find Emily in it.
That's so dramatic, not honestly. I think I went out for Christmas Eve twice. Twice in my whole adult life I went out for Christmas Eve. Orla's going out tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. And then that's us. Right through Boxing Day for turkey sandwiches.
I know. But we won't be having turkey because we're having chicken this year.
Oh, that's one tradition that we've changed. We don't have turkey for Christmas. We have chicken.
Yeah, we do. Actually, none of us really like turkey that much.
No.
But we had it because it looked pretty once I cooked it. But we've just got rid of that and we've just got a really nice chicken. Yeah. Thank goodness for Marks and Spencer's. That's all I say. I do like a wee Marks and Spencer's chicken at Christmas.
Yeah, and a cheese board.
Nice wee
cheese board might have tonight at Christmas Eve. We're going to have a wee camembert maybe later.
Yeah. That's a nice thing to have. We have chittery bits, as we call them, on Christmas Eve. And you know, it's just really nice to be able to spend the time sitting on the sofa.
Definitely.
So I don't know what stories you will all be sharing and remembering. And I know that we're going to go on this Christmas to be remembering way more.
Yeah.
But what I do value is the time with you.
Yeah.
And being able to do the Distance Diaries, which is all about connection and staying connected in a really busy and complex world. And that ultimately for me is all about relationships. And every single episode in the Distance Diaries, I feel like I get closer to you with every single one of them. So I love you and I'm really grateful for it. Happy Christmas, sweetheart.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
And let us know, everyone, what you're doing this Christmas. Let us know your Christmas stories. Let us know who you're remembering.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know your Christmas routines, your Christmas memories, and just what you do when you've got that time to connect and be with one another.
And also, if Christmas isn't for you, if Christmas isn't always a positive time for a lot of people, and if it's not, just look after yourself.
Absolutely.
Spend the day just doing something that you enjoy, whether that be absolutely nothing, or whether that be joining a friend for Christmas, or just be kind to yourself, because it can be a really difficult.
Above all, be kind
for a lot of people.
Yeah. So on that note, everybody have the most wonderful Christmas. Be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. And we really look forward to bringing you another live Distance Diaries podcast on New Year's. I can't think what day it'll be. New Year's Day. I can't remember what day it's going to be on because it's every single Wednesday and that's when the podcast will go out. So when this is released,
New Year's Day,
it might be an ideal thing to listen to when you're making your Christmas dinner. There you go. Tune in while you're making your Christmas dinner, but it's sending love from me, from Emily, here together in Scotland at Christmas. And we'll see you back here, same time, same place on New Year's Day at the Distance Diaries. See you later, everybody. Merry Christmas. Thanks for spending time with us on the Distance Diaries.
We hope you laughed, maybe learned something, and most importantly, felt a little more connected.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs a little connection too.
And join us on Instagram and TikTok at the Distance Diaries podcast for sneak peeks, behind the scenes fun, and much more.
We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Until then, stay connected, no matter the miles.